Are we ready? Are we rock and rolling? We're live? Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to another Wacky Wednesday at the LA School of Comedy. I'm your host tonight, Samantha Linderman. Thank you so much for having me. Please put your hands together for our producer tonight, the head of the Film Actors Cafe, one and only Aaron McIntyre, everybody. It sounds like a fight, you know what I mean? And in our next corner, we have Jennifer Flores, social media queen, graphic designer, and a good friend of mine. Put your hands together for Jen, everybody. You're probably like, girl, tell me about you. Fine, I will. One of my favorite verbal tics right now is gun to your head. I love doing that, where I'm like, oh, gun to my head, I'll have McDonald's. Oh, gun to my head, I'll go out with him. And I said it once, and somebody really didn't get it. And they're like, why is it gun to your head? And I just took out a gun to my head. No. My dad was like, I got you something. And I was like, what is it? And he was like, it's just a tiny little gun for your purse. And he was kidding. But I was like, I'm trying to picture my dad trying to buy a gun. And it's not like the way my dad votes is anti-gun. Let's just put that out there, okay? Thanksgiving's going to be like... you know, let's just hope we'll just be stuffing our face with food. But now everybody's losing weight, which is great. I love it. But it's like we used to just be able to eat. Now we're talking. It's so crazy. Isn't Wegovy on sale or something? Wegovy's on sale, but nobody can buy food. Let's do another one. No. One kid, so I work at a school, don't clap. It's horrible. No, I love them, but it's just so bad. Like, the world's ending in every sense. Tomorrow. You know what? Today, though, I started singing The Muffin Man, and that was a hit. So that's a positive that the kids are still singing Muffin Man. But this kid came up to me, and this was after I did a big speech. Like, after I said things, I was like, my mom said that to me, and I would never say that to these, and I'm saying it to the kids. I'm like, do you think if you screamed at your mother that she would get you McDonald's? And everybody said no except one kid. And I'm like, you're playing Pac-Man at a volume that is too loud. Like, please put it away. And also, how do you have Pac-Man? Like, they're so confusing with their technological range. Like, they don't know what a DVD is, but they do know, like, an old arcade game. So that's also very confusing. But they came up to me, and they're like, okay, tell her. No, you tell her. Okay, it's so funny. Okay. They're like, how come people in jail, and I was like, oh my God. How come people in jail have a bed, water, and food, but homeless people have nothing? This is real life. This is real life. And I was like, can you guys remind me where the joke is there? Can you just let me in on the joke? I was like, wait, what part of it's funny? And then I said this. I was like, guys, I'm going to tell you a little secret, something crazy about me. I think everybody should have food, water, and a place to sleep. And they're like, oh. And I said, how do you spell thank you? Like, it's so scary. It's so scary. Now when they say bad words, I go, can you spell that for me? How many consonants are in that word? And then they don't say anything. I go, can you tell me what a consonant is? And I said, so I better worry about me. You better worry about you. I better worry about me. At least tell me A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Yeah, it's crazy, but and sometimes I miss my old job. I miss Bath and Body Works. But it wasn't like I was on autopilot there. It wasn't like, oh, I missed the ease on my brain. Like, if anything, I look back, I'm like, why was I trying to be top seller when there was no top seller? Like, why was I trying to get Yelp reviews when I wasn't going to pay $10 for it? I'll never forget, right? So Bath and Body Works saw me through my shaved head all the way to my hair being like to this length, right? Right. I'll never forget. I came in once with it, like, because my friend was shaving my head and I would like trim it, whatever. And there's nothing worse than hearing someone shave your head and go, uh-oh. Uh-oh. And I'm like, just say it. And she's like, I forgot to put the guard on. She's like, but I can fix it. And I was like, how? Like, it's in the middle. Like, what do you mean? Just do the whole thing, whatever. So I go into work and she's like, Sam, do you have what my son has? It's bipolar type 1. And I thought she was gonna say alopecia. You know what I mean? Like, I come in with no hair and she's like, bipolar 2? But she made me know she was a Democrat because she had like a donkey tattoo. Like, it was so crazy. I prank called her 2 years later and she recognized my voice right away. Samantha? call Lacey. She's worried about you. I was like, wait, what? This is when I worked in San Luis Obispo. That was crazy. And then I worked in Beverly Hills, and that was really hard. It was hard, too, because we were, like, right by Cedars. So I'd be like, hi, welcome to Bath & Body Works. How are you? Well, you know, I wish my son could be here. I'm like, oh, my God. You know, my sister's in the hospital, and, like, I've always wanted to come to Beverly Hills, and this isn't the best opportunity. And I'm like, did you know it's buy two, get two free for when she's out of the hospital? You guys can have 4. And then they would tell me, like, how the person either got sick or died without me asking. And, like, this woman, I will never forget this. She told me, it's not funny. Ellie School caught me, it's not funny. Okay? Guys, it's just, it was so funny. He choked on a piece of steak at a restaurant. Nobody knew what to do. No instinct. There's a human instinct that just, like, burp him. Like, nobody thought to be like, get it out. That's crazy. I didn't laugh, obviously, but I was like, wow, that is so traumatic. And embarrassing. I'm sorry, that's rude, but I'm just like, nobody, did somebody try? It just sounded like everybody watched. And that's why I don't understand, like, when you have to work a job with CPR training, they make you do it every 2 years. And it's like, do you really think I forgot, like, how to do, are you guys, oh. The shit bag was scaring me. No, but do you really think I forgot in 2 years how to save a life? The fray? How to save a life. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Let me think about 2 more things I wrote down. I know it's bad to be on your phone. Oh my God. Everybody, if you can wish Mark Zaffron a happy birthday. Come on.
Happy birthday, Mark.
We have Deli Divas, and he's a diner daddy, and we love him. Happy birthday, Cinda. We miss you. Aviva's in town. Stay tuned for those shows. No, but I'm gonna do a little comedy. That's my least favorite thing comedians do. When they're like doing lukewarm, they're like, okay, let me get to my jokes. Honey, we knew that was your strongest and best. We know that you are having a hard time, and it's okay. That's my friend's latest catchphrase. I'll be like, yeah, I really never thought my life would be like this. Like, I'm really having some like deep, like reflections. And they'll be like, and that's okay. And that is okay. And I'm like, okay, but for you, like, because you're the one hearing it, but I'm the one living it. I just hate that, and that's okay. Is it? What would make it not okay? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm going to go through this really. I think this is so funny. I think the best part of a dick pic is the location. Am I right? Am I right? Depending on the location, I learned so much. You're in a car, vehicle owner. You're in the passenger seat of a car, freak, get out. Get out. Bathroom, oh my God, bathroom, and like there's the decor of a bathroom. I can learn so much about you, let alone underwear. I will never forget when a bisexual man that I gave the opportunity to be with, him with me, made fun of my Rick and Morty underwear. I'll never forget that. And I wish I could see him now. You should be so lucky to see my Rick and Morty underwear. Like, come on. Wait till you see my bikini bottom thong, freak. Get out of my house. And he's wearing a Knuff sweatshirt. Enough of that, please. Please. I'm just like, how are you going to pretend to be all like around Barbie and then you're going to make fun of my underwear? And then one time we were arguing we weren't dating. We were arguing in the backseat of an Uber. Uber driver chimes in and agrees. And I was like, you know this is a ride for Sam, right? Like, you know that, first of all, like, I'm paying for everything with this guy, but also, like, I'm the one who's going to give you the 5 stars. So you, that pissed me off so bad. Okay. My boss thought my off-brand earbud was a hearing aid and felt like that explained a lot. I said, what? They thought a Minion water bottle was mine. They're like, Sam, that was my old site. They're like, Sam, you left your water bottle for like a week. You have to take it home. Dented up Minion, like, like water bottle. And I was like so embarrassed. And this is my favorite one. I told it literally on Monday, but I just feel like the more I say it, the more I process it. So I'm with this guy, whatever. I miss when I used to say I'm with this guy and people go, really? Because I looked really, really not into guys. But I was with this guy, bald. I'm bald. He was like kind of bald. He lives with his grandpa. For some reason, I felt the need to, when I walk in, go, "Thank you for having me at your house, sir." I don't know. I saw like a Vietnam hat and my whole life changed. And he was like, the dude was so freaked out. I saw a sticker in his room. It said Rump 2020. And I was like, maybe the part that's cut off says Grump. Maybe he's ironic. Frump. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But stop asking me about Dave Chappelle. And right when we were about to do it, like, he looked me in the eyes and he was like, "You look just like my mom before she died." And I'm bold. I'm like, ooh, I hate to say it. I think that's the case for a lot of people. But hey, he didn't get me an Uber home. And I'm like, "You're not getting your mom an Uber home." And that made me feel better. I was like, yeah, if I'm not on the same level as your mom. That's my favorite thing. Whatever. But put your hands together for you guys for coming out here tonight. We appreciate you. I'm going to bring up our first performer of the night, the very funny, the very talented. We've missed him. One and only Armando Yee, everybody!
Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Happy almost Thanksgiving. Happy New Year. Sunda, Mark, happy birthday, by the way. If you're there, happy birthday. Want to wish you a happy birthday. I got to tell you guys, I live here in I guess I'll perform for right here. Yeah. Yeah, no, but look, I live here in Santa Monica, and the Waymos, the self-driving cars, driving me insane, driving me absolutely insane. The other day, one of them got aggressive on me, cut me off. I honked so hard, I screamed so hard, I almost turned blue in the face. I really did. Then I realized there's nobody inside. There's nobody inside that car. I felt like I was yelling at a vending machine that stole my dollar. That's how much I was. And at that point, I wasn't even mad anymore. I was just emotionally bonding with a mechanical device. That's what I was doing. No, but in all honesty, back in the day, it's a love-hate relationship with the self-driving car, because back in the day, I'd lay on the horn at somebody, boop, and people would scream at me, they yell at me. I've been chased for 3 exits down the freeway. Yeah, seriously. Now with a self-driving car, I can lay on the horn for 20 minutes straight, boop, and the car's just like, bloop, feedback obtained, updating software. Yeah, best part is none of that awkward wave. Sometimes when you do catch up to the person, I personally do the wave. I'm like, "Hey, sorry, going through some stuff, trying to work some stuff up." Now you just catch up to the car, and maybe the car will just be like, turn on the windshield wiper, like bloop, like saying, "Kumbaya, brother, carry on, carry on." Yes, yes. And this is how I realize. By the way, let me just do a brief aside and say that I love Rick and Morty, by the way, Sam. I love Rick and Morty. It's a great show, and I all the cartoons and everything. They're just terrific. But no, look, listen. I will admit that I've paid hundreds for therapy, and now the best thing that I can do is tailgate a Waymo and honk at it. It's a lot less expensive and a lot more effective. And this is how I realized that self-driving cars really are becoming self-driving. They are driving me right into emotional rectitude. Yes, yes. Let me. They're driving me right into emotional rectitude. Yes. I will briefly mention that with this whole eye situation, it's very scary for a Latino man. This whole eye situation is very scary. I have been having to announce, to declare that I am a U.S. citizen everywhere that I go, more often than ever before. But because of this eye situation, at hotspots like a Target, I put everybody at ease immediately. I say, "Relax, everybody. I'm not here for jobs. I'm here for socks. I'm a U.S. citizen." At a Starbucks, I'll be ordering my coffee. I'll say, good evening, good afternoon. I'll take a medium coffee. My name is Armando, born and raised here, by the way, just in case they were wondering. Yeah, my own mother doesn't even call me Armando anymore. She just yells, "Citizen, la comida, it's ready." And that is how I knew that I really do need to change something. I immediately changed my Tinder profile. It now says U.S. citizen right under loves long walks on the beach and is a U.S. citizen for 34 years. Otherwise, girls will ask me, and I've gone this once or twice, they'll ask me, "Yes, but are you deportable?" Deportable. I didn't even know they knew that word, deportable. I said, deportable or deplorable, or both? They're like, "No, deportable. No, I live here in Santa Monica, been a U.S. citizen for many, many years." But in actuality, I was born and raised in San Diego, California, but I grew up in Tijuana, and I'd have to cross the border every single day. And this is a true story. I'd have to cross the border every single day. And crossing the border every day, you become bilingual very quickly. Yes, I learned Spanish, English, and Border Patrol small talk. Yeah, border patrol small talk is real. I'll never forget some of the first English I ever learned happen at the border. This is a car pulls up to the border. An officer knocks on the window, and this really was very young me. I said, "Good morning, officer." Officer asks you to roll down the window. I roll down the window. He then says, "Anything to declare?" And these really were some of my very first words. I'd say, no declaration, no apple, no banana, no English. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't check my backpack. I've got 3 bean and cheese burritos, an extra large bag of hot Cheetos, and my cousin Jorge hiding in a Pringles can. Hope he doesn't find that. But I made it across safely, thankfully. By the time I sat down in the classroom, I'd been patted down, profiled, cross-examined, and interrogated. And that was just by my abuelita, my grandmother, who wanted to check that I had my little lunch for school. Speaking of my grandmother, she is about to turn 83 years of age. Yes. Sam, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I do love my grandmother. She's about to turn 83 years of age, and she still loves to get crunk. She loves Tecate beer. She loves cerveza Tecate. And at this point, I'm not sure it's just beer. Actually, I think it's her daily vitamins and supplements. Sometimes I ask her, Abuelita, grandmother, did you take your meds today? And she's like, yes, sí, mijo, yes. I just took 2 cold ones with lime. I say, Abuelita, 2 cold ones with lime. It's 10 a.m. And she loves to cook, and she thinks that everything is enhanced with Tecate beer. She'll be cooking carne asada at Tecate, frijoles, beans at Tecate. In Spanish, there's something called pastel de 3 leches. That's a cake of 3 milks. She added a 4th milk. What did she add? Tecate beer. Yes, she had to. Sometimes she'll be taking care of the kids, and I walk in, and she's got the music blasting, a beer held up high. I walk in, and in Spanish, we say arriba, abajo, al centro, pa dentro, which translates up, down, center, in. I walk in. I'm not sure if she's taking care of the kids or if it's a quinceañera. It is that lively of an environment. The craziest is when she's putting kids to sleep. Most of us will read them little bedtime stories, little fairy tales. My grandmother, she'll just read whatever's on the beer can. She'll be like, once upon a time, proudly brewed in Mexico since 1944. And all the kids are like, oh, wow, abuelita, tell us that one again about the cerveza con carácter, the beer with character. I love my grandmother. She really is incredible. She can have a pan in one hand, a kid in the other, and somehow she can still manage to open a beer can with her dentures. Yes. More than abuelita, she is la super abuelita, la mujer maravilla de Tecate, the wonderful woman of Tecate. Thank you very much, guys. Happy to be back here at the LA School of Comedy. I love this. Glad to see Sam. Thank you, guys.
Where can we find you?
We can find me right here at the LA School of Comedy. Right here.
Okay. Keep it going for Armando, everybody. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. My grandma, I love grandma. Grandmas are so interesting. I love it. It's just like, I don't know at what year they just stopped giving a fuck. Like, you know, like maybe you, I don't know, she sounds fun, yours sounds fun. My grandma's fun, but like she was forced to not be fun, like of the time, whatever. Like she was pregnant at 19. And like, that's crazy, you know? Like she used to call me and be like, I should have packed my shit and left 60 years ago. And she means it, like 60 years ago, she was like 22. She can't say that anymore, though, because my grandfather's in a home. When they were at home together, she could say whatever she wanted, and she was his caretaker. Now she can't. Do you know what I mean? It's so crazy. He ran over her foot with his wheelchair, and he said, fuck! The fuck? Get out of my way! I thought you were making me a sandwich. And I was like, whoa! That is not dementia. He's lucid, guys! He's lucid! He's back! I'm so glad to bring this girl back to the stage. Put your hands together for the one and only Jennifer Flores, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. That's right. My name is Jen. Mark, if you're watching, happy birthday. Sunday, we miss you every day. Please come back. I feel like the kids miss you, and I am the kid. Like, please, like, it's been very dark these days. But, you know, something that Armando was saying was about, you know, living in these times now. Like, we have to, like, adapt so crazy. And sometimes I think about my own grandma. You know, she was born in Mexico. She came out here, U.S. citizen, ICE. If you're watching, she's a U.S. citizen. She's a U.S. citizen. But yeah, she came out here, and, you know, the other week I spent a whole 2 hours trying to show her how her iPhone works. Like, she's like, Jenny, like, tú no me enseñas nada. And that's like, you don't show me anything. And I'm like, okay, like, I'll show you how it works. I'm trying to get through like little tutorials, and I'm like, let me look through the settings. There's a whole accessibility setting where you can basically simplify your iPhone for elder people. And it's just icons of certain things. But guys, it's so restricting. Why did I have to manually input which contacts she could message herself? Like, they will not let you make your own calls unless you know the number. You cannot go to the contact and click call. It was really bad. But even then, she's like, Jenny, this is too hard. And I always think about that. I'm like, dude, imagine like being out here, like, you know, you've seen the world change so much. Like, what do you mean you don't take cash? You're a cashless restaurant. Like, what do you mean I have to scan the phone to see the menu? Like, what if I had a flip phone? Like, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Like, it's really like, I'm like, I don't have a flip phone, but I'm still mad for them. I'm still mad. I am still mad because this is my thing. So I'm 25. I know, I mean, I don't know if I look it or not at this point. I've had someone tell me I look old and young at the same time. That's my cue. Yeah. So yeah, you know, I'm 25. I was born in 2000, and, you know, I feel like I grew up during a lot of things. Like, I grew up during 9/11, the after effects. I grew up with Edward Snowden. I grew up with flip phones, landlines, and now the iPhone. You know, just I grew up with the computer room, then the laptops, you know, when we could finally afford it later on in life. And like, I'm also living in this era now where we have like AI, we have Waymos, we have Ice Spice, and you know, Ice Spice is really funny to me. So she just came out with this new song for SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And it literally goes just like this, guys. This is it. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. And then it just repeats. That's 12 words. But when I tell you, I can't get it out of my head. Like, this government, they're doing something to us because it's like, I don't know all 55 states, but big guy, SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. Like, it gets me going. I love it. I'm like, yeah. So that's kind of like the craziness. Like, I can't wait to be like really older. Like, I can't wait to be the I don't give a fuck age. I think I'm going to just start saying like I'm a grandma when I'm like 55, because then like nobody can tell me anything. I can do what I want to do, and then I can tell them like all this crazy stuff, like, all right, Spice, you know nothing about like you know nothing about rap, and then just starts being like big guy, big. Like, I just can't wait to do that. So I have FOMO for senior citizens because, again, I feel like you get to a certain age and people will just let you do whatever. Like, I used to work at a casino. Yes, casinos. Wow. Yeah, real life. I feel like that's like the closest I've seen to drug addiction without actual drugs. And people will tell you, they'll sit there like playing their last meal, like, this is a drug addiction. I'm addicted. This is my last $5. I just got paid yesterday. I gotta go back to work tonight. And I'm like, you know, you can like stop, right? They're like, no, I'm gonna hit big. Like, I'm gonna hit big. And I'm like, okay. So we had older people there sometimes, and sometimes it would be sad. Like, you would see older people there, and you know, we see them all. Like, we had like the one guy whose mouth would never close, and he'd just be sitting there like, I don't even know if he was lucid. He'd just be sitting there like, and it's like, but he would play his $5 each time. I'm like, okay. We had this other guy who would love to, like, he was very active. He liked to walk around and stuff. Only con is he would fart every single time. He'd be and they were loud. They were loud farts. And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell the old man like, hey, like, don't fart right now? Like, no, let him fart. Like, I want to be at that age where people are like, let her fart, man. Just let her fart. Like, yes, because like working with kids, you notice how like oppressed we are as adults. Like, we oppress ourselves because kids will just say it. I took a little girl to the bathroom yesterday, And, you know, she comes out the bathroom. She's like, ugh. And I'm like, you feel good? Like, your tummy hurts? She's like, no, I just took a poo. I did number 2. And then she goes, but I didn't flush. I'm like, girl, go flush right now. But see, why can't I come out and be like, whoo, I just took the best shit ever? People are going to be like, oh, that dirty ass bitch. Like, but if I was older or if I was baby, they'll be like, let her shit, man. Like, she pooped. Okay. Like, I want to get to that age. But that's all I have for today. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Jen. I do the social media here at LA School of Comedy. I love it so much here. I feel like, have opened me up creatively, give me so many opportunities that I have been begging for. And I just love to pour into this place because it pours into me. So I'm going to bring back our comedy concierge, the one and only Samantha Linderman.
Keep it going for Jen. Spoiler alert, we work at the same place in the day. So I knew exactly what kid you were talking about. I know the kid. That's so crazy from the voice. Taking them to the bathroom's really scary. He looked at my penis! I'm like, he did not look like he was going to the bathroom and you were going to the bathroom and you were going like this. Like, please. Like, I heard their feet go like this. Like, it's really bad. Well, he shouldn't pull his all the way down. He's 4 and you're 10. Like, I don't know. You don't remember being 4? Like, it was 6 years ago, man. That's a whole lifetime ago for a kid. I'll say this last thing. My favorite thing ever is when, well, it's not my favorite thing ever at all. But one of my favorite things is when they're like, guess what? I'm going to Disneyland tonight. And I see them at school the next day, and I won't bring it up because that's like mean. How was Disneyland? First, they'll be like, it was the best time ever. I won the log ride. It was so much fun. And my mommy didn't say I have to go to school, but I chose to go to school because I wanted to be at, and I'm like, whoa. Okay, you got everything covered. Okay, you were at Disneyland. Anyways, this guy, he's here. Is this your last time before you go? Yes. He's going off to real Disneyland. He'll tell you all about it. Put your hands together for the man, the myth, the legend. He makes it happen. Aaron McIntyre, everybody.
Timer for you. I started the timer for you. Very good. Thank you very much for coming tonight. We had a wonderful time. Yeah, I wanted to bring up some of the things you were talking about. You were talking about Waymo. Waymo was very, very scary to me. I took one time. It locked me in. It would not let me out. But I really like being able to drive in the Waymo in the back and scream at everyone. Yeah, I could do whatever I want. I was in an Uber once, and this guy pulled out. And he pulls out into the streets, and he's like, motherfucker! Then he starts yelling at this guy, you know, and then he says, you know, today everybody is crazy. They're driving, blah, blah, blah. And he goes off on this, launches into this long thing. And I just said, I know, we should just kill them. And he realized he had made a mistake and said, good point. And I have a hairstyle idea for you. What you should do is you should just shave the top of your head and let the sides grow, and then you look like a bald man. You know, it'd be really cool. I am bald. I have very unfortunate hair pattern. I look like a cancer patient. But the Waymo, I'm going to go back to that because I cannot stand the people driving. The people are so stupid. I don't, the worst. You have a BMW? No, thank God. Because BMW, they are worst. They are worst. The new model of BMWs, they don't have blinkers because no one uses them. So, you know, they kept getting in the way of the latte coming up, so they had to take them out because they were useless. How many people drive behind someone who drives bad, you know, and you get, like, try to guess who they are? You know, and it's like, oh, okay, I think it's an old white lady. And then you drive up and say, oh, she is a Mexican landscaper. Because all of them are bad. BMWs drive around like, that they on the road and they can pull in front of you and do all this crap, and Mercedes drivers just drive around like no one else is there. They just, they're looking around and not doing stuff. I drive a white car, a Volvo. So, yes, family man. I am family man. Have I don't know if anyone has ever done 23andMe or Ancestry.com, to find out. You find out all kinds of things about yourself, about who you are, your nationality, your family tree, if you have any kind of diseases. And I found out I do have something. I have a 43-year-old daughter. That I didn't know about because it was the 70s, yes, I was born in the 1900s, in the mid 1900s. You were talking about being old person. I am going to be senior citizen next month, the first part of next month. Yes, official. Thank you. I know I look 25, but I've been working out and trying to get in shape. Something else you were talking. Something, Jen. What were you talking about here? Oh, that was the thing about getting old. So I take care of my mother for 6 months, right when COVID hit. I went out, took care of her, lived with her for 6 months. Had to kick my older brother out of the house. And she will be 99 this year if I didn't do such a shitty job of taking care of her, and she died. So she did it. She wanted to go. She was ready. She would lay around all day, and I swear to God, she would just lay there and go, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. She'd say it every way she could because she was hoping to get the right cadence and frequency to have heaven take her. And finally, they did take her when she said, hello! That was her last word. No, that wasn't her last word. She said, you are special. To a blanket that she was holding in her hand. I don't know. Her mind was somewhere else. But I already have my last word picked out. I know exactly what is my last word. So I'm going. Have you thought about this? You should think about it because I don't know if you know this, but we are all going to die at some point. It's going to happen. Yes, I know. It's striking. It's very strange. But yes, so my final word is going to be finally. Because, I'm done. I'm on borrowed time right now, It's like the creaking and the farting. I do a lot of the farting, It's like you walk. And it's not just walk, walk, walk. It's literally as I'm walking along. It's terrible. We were talking about, children, children. I'm going to New Zealand. So I'm going to New Zealand to see my daughter. She is 28 years old, yes. And she loved us so much, she decided to move to the other side of the planet, to get as far away from me. I actually think I talk to her more now than if she lived in the United States, because there's FaceTime now. We can talk. I remember when I was a child, we traveled. So we went to a foreign country and we would have to call back, to the United States. And it would be everyone getting around, my mother, my father, my brother, sister, me, we would all stand around the phone and go, okay, so what are you going to say? And what are you going to say? And you would have to plan out, and they go, okay, here we go, because it was so expensive to call with a landline, and it was, you talk about the new technology. I used to have to dial a phone like this. And if you wanted to change the channel on the television, you would have to get up and go over to the television to turn the channel. Yes, we have come very far. But yeah, so we would all sit there and go, hi, Grandma. So I got an A on my test, and the dog shit in the house, and we had to clean it up. And then we pass it on to someone else, and then they would tell their story, and it was terrible. Okay, so my last thing I'm going to talk about, I wanted to talk about this Monday. I was watching a show called Orphan Black Echoes. Orphan Black is amazing show. Echoes is very good too, and they bring some shit back. But the thing was terrible is they have a deaf child in the show. And so usually, just because I don't like to have to keep rewinding when someone mumbles, so I keep the closed caption on, so I can read. And every time they would get to the scene with the little deaf child, they would not subtitle it. And it was like there was, at first I thought, maybe they were saying, I have to go to the bathroom or something stupid, right? But then there is this one long scene where the father and the son are talking, or the daughter are talking, and they're doing all this sign, and they're getting very emotional. And I'm thinking, what are they saying? They're not telling us what they're saying. And I'm sure it was something like, you ate the ice cream that I put in the freezer. Or something. I'll come up with something better. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Aaron McIntyre. And I teach an acting class here. I also do dialects. So I'll work on you, if you want to do an Irish accent, I can teach you how to do that. Whatever you want. It's Tuesday nights, but it's not going to be for 2 weeks. So if you're watching and you were planning on showing up on this Tuesday or the following Tuesday, you will be alone. You'll be standing out front, and no one will be here. But I will be back after that. Please come. It's a lot of fun. We got some great merch you saw. Armando very graciously became my billboard. And you can find me at Aaron McIntyre everywhere. It's just A-E-R-O-N. It's not A-A-Ron. Because A-A-Ron's supposed to be anonymous. And that's it for me. Let's bring up our fabulous comedy concierge. A woman who actually needs no introduction, but I'm going to give one anyway. Samantha Linderman! Yeah.
I'm about to say something kind of racist. I was like, keep it going for Vladimir. I feel like I'm white. I can say that. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. It's always a special night here at the LA School of Comedy. Email us anything, anytime, and we will answer. And if you're spam, there's a 50% chance that I might answer. We're just approachable. We literally are. So call us at 310-470-1939. Year I was born, just kidding. You're like, oh, like you're surprised? No. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday for our open mics, acting classes on Tuesdays, and Aaron will work with your schedule too. We're open, right? Yeah. Come on, Sunda's gonna work with your schedule. We work with you, you work with us, and then maybe we'll all get some work, dude. Let's get some work. # Hollywood. Love you guys. Good night. Instagram, you're like our secret little mistress. You're like our side live. You're our side chick.